Divide the edible with me through the unleashed world. With shining in the place, by singing in the harmony, they're living with no fear. Even though in the past go take, but it's this on my mind. Just this for unleash me. Now then, how can I say who I am? This
Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream of the OC Philippines Mania Nationals 2024 4K edition. And honestly, this one is a pretty big match, as we're going to be seeing the teams in a bit, or rather the players, not teams, but yeah, Hago, Romu, and Vulpsi. I'm Sylvester Ells, and joining me on the commentary booth is none other than Itawachi. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Hello, Emily. I am doing amazing. Don't worry. I am here and I am ready to see these two duke it out.
So you're saying you're doing amazing, huh?
Yeah, I guess. They're having a good
Nice.
day right now.
Nice to hear that. Honestly, very poggers. So let's see. Okay, Hago protecting Rice 1. Unleash World being protected against a player like Vulpsi. Honestly, very interesting to see that kind of strategy.
Yeah, it's pretty bold actually. Unleash the World .95 against Vulpsi. Wow.
I mean, you think you'd want to avoid the, what do you call this again? The Rice picks against someone who's known for being really good at Rice. I would probably protect. I'd protect Rice. I don't know. Rice 4 is nice, but it would be risky considering how much easier it is compared to the rest of the pool. But that being said, I'm not sure how Hago fares on LN, so probably LN 4 is the best protect, I'd have to say. Okay, wait, let's see. Alright, there we go. I did not see this. Okay, Rice 4 was Vulpsi's protect. I did not see that. And Hago is going to be protecting Rice 1. So Vulpsi bans... Okay, wait. Vulpsi's banning LN 4. Sorry. Hago banning LN4. I'm not doing it right now. And Vulpsi... Okay, wait. Hago is... Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, there we go.
Take your time, Emily. It's
Oh my
okay.
goodness. Okay, there we go. Okay, much better. So Vulpsi is the first to pick. What do you think? I think Vulpsi has to pick. I think Rice... Actually, Rice 5 makes sense. And Hybrid 1, those are the two best picks for Vulpsi in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. I think that either of those is, for a start of the match, I think that is your best bet. Also, let's talk about the roles real quick. 3 and 9. Not that much there, but you know, it's a win is a win, I guess. If Vulpsi wins the role with the 9, you gotta take it, I guess.
I mean, you don't really have a choice but to... You don't really have a choice but to like just take the win regardless if it's a high low roll or a low roll really. You just gotta go for what works, I guess.
You're right. So I believe we are seeing Rice 2, Lunacy Act 2017. Now, I don't know about this one. I think Vulpsi definitely has a clear advantage on this map specifically. However, I've been wrong on this kind of predictions before. So, as we get into this one, let's see how the players will fare.
I'd actually disagree. As anything that's Rice, I'd actually say there's a chance for Hago to still take it. And right now, what do you call this again? The advantage that Vulpsi has right now isn't exactly the biggest, but considering it doesn't look that big, right? But considering that this is 99.8 and 99.5, this is actually a very big difference because it's harder to gain act the higher you are. So this is definitely a substantial advantage for Vulpsi right now.
And if I wasn't mistaken, I did see 1-200 on Hago's side, so that's not gonna be helpful for him in the slightest. However, it's only been a third of the map, and we all know how jump stream picks can go. It's one mistake and you're over.
This speed section in particular, honestly, I was a little bit worried for both players in that regard. But luckily, Hago and Vulpsi are performing exactly how they're supposed to perform. And we're sort of running out of time, but Vulpsi finding a drop. That one's massive because even though this map is like 2 minutes long, one drop can already spell the difference. 5,000 point difference, but Hago finds one of his own. That's gonna give some breathing room to Vulpsi. Probably gonna try to take the lead back, and I think the accuracy advantage is just enough.
And another drop from Hago as well, and look at the accuracy, still 99.8 on Vulpsi, and Hago finding a third combo break. Definitely really struggling on the jump stream section, and wow, look at that, like the combo. Still, even though we've only seen one drop from Vulpsi, the difference in score, rising and rising. It was 300 a moment ago. Now it's 19 and a half, 20,000 even.
Yeah, very scary to think that those one-handed trills, those split trills as well, definitely affected Hagoromu's score. Vulpsi trying to stabilize, which I think he successfully done. And now these one-handed trills really did not help Hago at all. Vulpsi also sort of dropped a lot, but look at that accuracy difference. Like it's night and day. I mean, the ratio typically would be one of the better ones that we're seeing on both sides actually. Like let's look at Scoliosis ET versus J as an example. If you were to look at okay, I'm not even sure if they played this map. Okay, they did, and actually they both scored higher than Hago did, but the ratio for Hago's side was much better. Those 200 counts and misses were just a lot worse.
Yeah, it's a jump stream pick, so consistency is the main factor here. So now that we got that pick out of the way, what do you think Hago is going to be picking against Vulpsi?
The fact that Hago is going for LN after banning an LN, I'm honestly really surprised to see that. Though we have to remember that Vulpsi also had a decent score on the density selection. I do believe Vulpsi actually beat Hago's score on that density pick on qualifiers. I think Hago had 989 and Vulpsi had like 991. On a pick like that, that's actually a big difference because, again, just gotta be really careful.
Instant response though with the Ellen too. You gotta guess that he's a bit confident in this pick specifically. Alright. The empty start command has been sent, and we will be seeing LN2 on my turn.
I mean, I
Now
can.
this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go. Now you know you first.
Alright. I mean, I can see why Hago would pick this, especially if LNs are his forte. But I do remember that the LN1, which was more of the density coordination pick on qualifiers, Hago actually had a much worse score than that compared to the LN density pick. And this one sort of mixes both of them.
Well, not the best start for Hago here, and even worse. Now that I said that, that was a 200 at the start, and now 2 combo breaks.
I think Hago is hitting. Okay. Yeah, well, it's true. Look at how centered both of them are. I mean, not really centered, but look at their hits. Their hits and their L releases are actually pretty close to each other. It's just that Hago is releasing extremely early. I think that's a sign of an offset or a skin issue. Skin issue, okay, not skill issue. Because this can really happen if you have the wrong skin or the wrong scroll speed enabled.
You gotta wonder what happened on Hago's side that warranted that kind of error we're seeing on the OR bar.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really unfortunate. Especially right now, like you're seeing Hago is still in that trend. Like honestly, they're both, like if they were both centralized, like I would argue that they'd have around the same accuracy. Especially considering with how dense this pick is, and like both Hago and Vulpsi are really good at LN density picks. And right now, it's just really unfortunate that Hago probably is not in the ideal setup. Although right now we're seeing some signs of Hago being able to center some of them finally reaching the 99 mark, but this is just an unfortunate way to have a start on your own pick.
Two maps, 2 points for Vulpsi. Is that a V1 double S from Vulpsi actually? 993.
You can definitely tell that Hago was releasing way too early. Like, look at the unstable rate for both of them. Like, you see this right now. Like, you're seeing negative 16 for Hago and here
Yeah.
negative 12. I mean, they're both releasing early, but still, Hago just not exactly in the best position now. Now, Vulpsi going for Rogue Myth. I mean, considering that Hago missed very much on that straightforward jump stream pick, I think that's a very good move. Still gotta be really careful though, because honestly, Vulpsi is really good when it comes to maps, rice maps in general.
Indeed, he is a bit of a rice demon, but Hago has to make sure that this setup is, you know, like at the ideal spot right now, because if we see any more of the LN incident happening, I don't know if Hago's gonna be playing that well into Vulpsi, or if anything, I think he's playing right into Vulpsi's hands actually.
I mean, maybe, but still, though, it's still questionable on a lot of levels. Just gotta be really careful, I guess, because I honestly think potential this could work very well for Vulpsi, but it could also backfire if Vulpsi is not consistent enough.
Well, let's get into it and see how consistent these players truly are on Rogue Myth. Oh, I don't think that's client either. Hago finding a very early drop actually. Just having a tiny bit of trouble on the burst. Understandably so, but you don't want to see that.
I mean, look, Hago finding another drop. Very unfortunate. Vulpsi still keeping that consistency. The thing about Vulpsi is he's really good when it comes to these kinds of patterns. I mean, physicality certainly helps a lot. Like, Vulpsi is one of the best physical players in the country, and mix that with some of the best accuracy in the country as well, and you get results like this. Now Hago has a lot to work on. 25,000 points. You'd have to hope for Vulpsi to miss like 3 in a row, and Hago to just full combo the rest, and that's not really gonna happen right now. Especially if in the break sections you're already finding some drops.
Halfway through the map, Vulpsi still holding the 99.76. Hago still climbing his accuracy back up from 99, but it's still, we're only halfway through. Anything can happen here on Vulpsi's end, and if you're Hago, you have to hope it happens anytime soon.
Unfortunately, Vulpsi's actually gaining accuracy right now. And that's really impressive considering how much technical patterns are thrown at you. Hago also actually gaining, but look, time is starting to run out, and there isn't really that many opportunity for Vulpsi to just give it away. That was a 200 from Vulpsi, but not on miss, unfortunately. And like, both players are throwing the same technical patterns, but one is clearly just slightly ahead. I mean, not even slightly, this is just a world of difference here. I mean, to be fair though, experience really gives a lot of advantage to a player like Vulpsi.
You're right, Vulpsi is a very experienced high-level player, and we are seeing that in full display with a 991 on Rogue Myth, 2x 200s.
I mean, 9 200s and 325 perfects is not that bad. Like, if you're to look at the ratios, they aren't even that far apart.
It's, yeah, still a very respectable score from Hago. It's just unfortunate with the 5 misses. Vulpsi though, still holding a 3-0 lead over Hago. What do you do now if you're Hago though? Hybrid 1, maybe? That's my best bet for him.
Alright, so Rice 1. I don't know what to feel about this pick, actually. This is a protected map, yeah, but there's a reason why. A lot of I've noticed that some players actually find this map easier than the previous Rice pick. Previous speed pick, I mean, which is honestly very surprising. I didn't expect this to be a pick that some players would be able to have a more difficult time in.
Singing in harmony, tell living with no fear.
Well, you gotta hope that Hago clinches it for this one, because against Vulpsi, I don't know if this is the right one to protect, or pick even, but if he's confident, I have all hopes for him.
Having confidence is still not as important as actually being able to play these maps. Like, sure, this might be something that you're confident in, but you have to really balance it out. Like, is one player going to perform better than the other? And currently, we'll be waiting for our answer, because if this is a pick that Hago is actually going to have an advantage in, that would be really surprising, in my opinion. Again, Vulpsi has been the more consistent player so far, at least.
Both players opting to use mirror, I guess that makes sense, but
Oh wait,
Hago.
is that okay? No, that's not even Klein. That was just an unfortunate miss from Hago. That already puts Hago in a disadvantage at the start. But here's where the bulk of the map really starts. And right now, actually Hago performing pretty decent. But Vulpsi has been ultra consistent as well. Oh my goodness, like these speed patterns are tripping Hago up. It makes you wonder why this was Hago's protect.
maybe it's a hardware issue, maybe his keyboard's double tapping, I don't know, but evidently this is not the right pick to do against Vulpsi.
I mean, it could be a keyboard issue for all, but like the problem is, those, like, I mean, definitely there's some keyboard issues. Like, we've noticed some misses here. Like, these should not be misses that Hago should be committing. But think of it this way, like, some of those misses happen on the difficult stream sections, and it's kind of obvious that Hago is sort of lagging behind when it comes to being able to read these stream sections. Because right now, like, some of those misses really were legitimately misses and not actually hardware misses. And Vulpsi finding a drop, but I don't think that's gonna matter anymore. Like, look, again, I think you are right. Some of these misses are definitely hardware issues. But
It's becoming clearer and clearer that it could be a sign of an actual hardware issue, and as unfortunate as it is there really much that Hago can do here?
I mean, okay, the act-wise, I can see why Hago actually picked this now. Like, look, 273 to 16. Like, the fact that you're able to match around that score, it's definitely the keyboard. I can tell it's definitely the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, keyboard's
That is
definitely the
changing
issue.
keybinds. It might be the keys double tapping. That is my best assumption as to what's happening. Very unfortunate indeed, but Vulpsi. One miss, 978, 99.6. Wow. Still very commendable effort from Hago though. Even just being able to match the ratio of Vulpsi even with the hardware issue is still very nice. Very nice showing from Hago.
I do hope the keyboard issues get fixed. I hope the keybinds that they changed to would actually work.
Wait, is he picking Betrayal of Fate?
Yeah, it's
He's still.
Betrayal of Fate. We're just
Oh
waiting
no!
for it.
Alright, let's see. Can he beat Cubs 18 perfect?
Yeah, the pick was Rice for Betrayal of Fate. It says here that Vulpsi is going Core Jack, so. Oh my goodness, you can actually. Okay, I just realized that right now. Oops. Alright.
Alright. Well, assuming this is the actual correct map, I mean, I'm 90% sure it's the right one. But, well, yeah, Vulpsi said, sorry for not being specific, it's okay. Vulpsi and Core Jack, specifically early game Core Jack. I think this doesn't need an introduction. I think we all know uh the potentially high score that Vulpsi is gonna get here, but is he actually going to perform like we think he is? That's the real question. Now, and Hago, will he match it?
Alright, so, I mean, right now, both players acting really well. Vulpsi, of course, Vulpsi with the advantage. What I think about this map is, okay, admittedly, in terms of physicality, this is actually one of the easier ones in the pool, which was definitely an oversight on my end, so I wasn't able to really change the difficulty of this. But I'll have to say, this map can really throw off some players based on the patterning. Here we go.
Yeah, the stuff can be really anchory at times, and unexpectedly, which can definitely catch people off guard. But Vulpsi still holding a 99.97. Admittedly, not as high as I thought it would be, but it's still high regardless. Halfway through, and the score gap is only around 1400 if I'm reading that correctly.
That's 1,600, 1,500, yeah. I mean, Hago's performing well enough so that if Vulpsi makes a mistake, it will be enough for a victory on Hago's side, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Like, look at Vulpsi's unstable rate. These patterns are not the most straightforward at all. Like, look at both sides. It's kind of evident that Vulpsi has a much more condensed unstable rate, which means that Vulpsi is really able to hold better in terms of being able to metronome these kinds of maps.
Indeed, he is indeed metronoming. For all intents and purposes, it's not that hard to act, but can be still tricky to play. So 99.97 to 99.91. The lead has actually grown the last time I spoke to around 2,700, and with not much of the map left, unless we see Vulpsi missing here, I doubt
Oh
that
my
Hago.
goodness, no,
Oh,
no,
please, no. This is not a Unitoy Silicosis situation,
do not
right?
do this to me! Alright, there we go, we're done. Don't do this! I don't want to see a miss! Okay, 42. Actually, the ratios are really close.
42!
42 and 77. These two ratios are really good. Just, yeah, very, very good ratio in general.
2017 score difference. Match point now to Vulpsi. So what do you do now if you're Hago? What do we even have left? I think a hybrid pick is probably still Hago's best bet into beating Vulpsi. Just which one? Nice 6. Admiral. Alright. Honestly, not what I expected out of Hago, but this is, well, potentially the last normal pick of the match if things are going as it has been. So, the question is, will it? This is OD9, so it's actually harder to act, but, you know.
It's indeed OD9. Alright, so yeah. I'm really not sure about this pick. Like, Hago has lost most of the picks in this match have been Rice, and 3 out of 5 picks have been, and like Vulpsi has won all of them. So I'm not really sure what to feel about this one.
Well, this could be the last chance for Hago to get a point.
Alright.
Was that a miss from Vulpsi or Client?
Okay, no, it looks like a legitimate miss. Like even if I click on the what do you call this again, on the panic button, that should definitely be a miss. It's quite unfortunate if that actually is the case.
Yeah, like around 16 notes into the match.
There's no way that's an actual miss. But even then, at least knowing from the trend of this match, currently Vulpsi does have the advantage. But look at this, Hago finding a drop immediately, and that already cancels out the early lead.
Yeah, just wow, look at Vulpsi just being so clean on these technical streams. 99.6. Honestly, not that much of a difference between Hago and Vulpsi in terms of accuracy, but you gotta remember Vulpsi's miss was like right at the start, and Hago had to build up that 400 combo again. So we definitely we have finally seen like a legitimate miss on both sides, and it's actually not that close. 6.5, 7,000 almost, and actually it's climbing. As I say that, we only have around 33% left of the map. Can Hago find a point? That is the question.
Yeah, and right now, I think Vulpsi is currently in a not so comfortable lead. 6,000 points, 7,000 points, whatever the difference is, that's still pretty close. Especially with this only being 2 minutes. But Hago finding a drop on this technical speed section. I think that could spell the end of Hago's tournament hopes to advance, unless something happens. I think that does it though.
You're right, that's the end of the map, and nothing else from Vulpsi. Just a one miss, 4x200, 989k to seal the deal. A clean 6-0 sweep. And this is lower bracket, right? So
Yeah, that is loser's bracket indeed. But I gotta be honest though, some of these Rice picks have been really close. So like honestly, Hago wasn't really that far behind in terms of the accuracy department, but that consistency really has to be worked on. And now, as we go to wait for the winner to be able to be displayed on the screen, it should be there. There we go. Vulpsi taking the victory. Congratulations to him on this match. Really.
yes, congratulations Vulpsi, still alive and in a quite convincing fashion as well. 6-0 again. GG's, and unfortunately for Hago, that will be the end of his tournament run for this year. But working on the consistency, and hopefully by next year he'll put up a better showing than this one. And I know that he has the potential to do even better next year.
I mean, I do too. I mean, I'm really proud of Hago qualifying in this edition. That being said though, I believe the next match is a 7K match, which is between Lordi and Nicolot, which will happen in 30 minutes. Do you have anything else to say, Irawachi?
I'm not sure if we will be switching streamers or whatever.
I think we will. We probably will. But thank you so much for commentating with me, Irawachi, and also to Jerwin for refereeing, and also to everyone else who came into the stream and watch. We do hope to see all of your presence in 29 minutes for the next match. Do you have any final words to say, Irawachi?
No, not really. Just good luck to those who are making it through to the next round, and for the last few matches that are happening today. We'll see you in half an hour. Thank you, guys.
Alright. Thank you so much for that. But anyways, I really do appreciate your presence here once again, Irawachi. Thank you again to the referee, Jerwin13, for the players, Vulpsi and Hago. To Vulpsi, congrats for advancing, and to Hago, I'm pretty sure there will be more opportunities for you coming forward. Thanks so much everyone for coming to the stream once again, and see you next time.